This is Mikey.
And I'm Garrison Rifen. This is Cinema Debrief. Welcome to Cinema Debrief. I'm Garrison Rifen, over here with my co-host Mikey. How you doing tonight, Mikey?
What is up, Garrison? I have an official announcement. I am now a citizen vigilante.
Oh,
I am 100% joining Yui Bowl in the citizen vigilante universe, and I'm excited to be a citizen vigilante.
I wish you luck with an Yui Bowl film.
Yes.
You can have that. I haven't technically seen them, so I guess I can't judge, but
I have not seen one before, but my plan is to watch my first one tonight, and that being Citizen Vigilante. Because it is available for $5.99 to rent. It's not even like PVOD prices. It's just straight to $5.99. So I'm excited. I will be watching that tonight on Amazon Prime, I believe. Unless Apple has it. If Apple has it, I'll watch it on Apple.
Now, what if you hate the movie so much?
And
I know you've pre-ordered something.
I did pre-order it, yes. It won't matter to me. I'm going to pretend that I love it, even if I hate
it. He should have stuck with the Dark Knight title.
I guess he couldn't get away with it, or did he get a cease and desist?
Why not? I mean, movies have the same titles all the time.
That's true. But Citizen Vigilante is a really stupidely awesome title for a movie. It's just stupid.
It's very upfront. You know what it's about.
You know what? Yeah, look, and I am rooting for Armie Hammer. I want him to have the biggest comeback. I know it's probably not going to happen with a Yui Bowl movie, but maybe the right person, the right executive will by accident see it, and he'll become like the next Jason Bourne or something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Because I always thought he was a pretty good actor. I was like, this guy's not bad. He's like, he's had some good roles.
He was cast as Batman in George Miller's Batman movie that not Batman movie, but his Justice League movie that never got made.
Movie that, yeah, exactly. Like, and
look, costume pictures with him.
He's got the look. I mean, it's just he
was up for the Batman in 2022 as well.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, his career was skyrocketing until it got, I don't know, shot out of the sky.
Yeah,
for his dalliances.
It's funny. People focus on the cannibalism comments.
Right.
But the thing is, he actually got accused of sexual assault. But
he did. Yeah.
It's not the cannibalism that anyone should be taking seriously there.
Exactly. Never went to court though. Never actually.
No, he didn't. He didn't. And make your own judgment on that.
Make your own judgment there. But yeah, exactly. Well, dude, Obsession continues to dominate the box office. Yeah. I know that it looks like they're going to end up in third place this week, which is a little lower than I would have. I was hoping they would beat Disclosure Day, but I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off. I don't think they'll be able to.
I mean, it's kind of tough to do.
Is this sixth week? Is this or fifth?
This is let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be 6.
Yeah, in their sixth week, they're still third place.
And here are the numbers that I can currently see.
Yeah, there's just estimates right now.
Yeah, it was up. No, sorry, it was down 24% Friday to Friday. So that's not. I mean, that's incredible still in its 6th week.
No,
that's let's see, day to day, week to week. I mean, that's only the second biggest drop it's had. No, third. Well, actually, no. It's still pretty up there. Yeah. It's had a bigger drops than that.
Well, and Curry just signed a huge deal, like for his third film. I mean, it's the dude. I'm happy for the guy. I mean, because I do think that he is talented. It'll just be we'll just have to see if he can be talented with a bigger budget, because sometimes that can be actually more difficult.
Well, he's leveraging his success well right now, which he should be doing.
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, nobody's seen a phenomenon like this at the box office in years.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's just amazing.
300 worldwide. It's going to end up in 400 is the current estimates.
So crazy.
Domestically, I'm imagining it's going to top out between 250 and 275.
It has to, right? I mean,
yeah.
Like
if it hits 3, that's crazy. I mean, that's just generationally crazy.
It's already,
and I love it for it.
I do too. Is it already above Sinners or right at where Sinners is? Maybe.
Do you domestically or worldwide?
Domestically.
I believe it's below domestic.
Oh, is it below domestic? Okay.
But I mean, it's
close.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
and Sinners had a crazy run too last year, and this is maybe crazier because it doesn't have the big studio behind it like Sinners does.
Exactly.
Yeah, Sinners is 279 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a climb to get there. If it
does. That's true. That's true. But
it's climbed a lot.
Yeah, it is. I'm just blown away by it. Disclosure Day had a huge drop in its second week. I mean,
not surprised.
Which everybody was not surprised because Toy Story 5 was coming out. Everybody was going to go see Toy Story 5. So
yeah, it's that. Plus, I think just Disclosure Day was a bit disappointing.
Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, when the word of mouth is not, because word of mouth, as much as people don't like to, put much weight behind that, it does still have a big deal. I mean, look at Obsession. I mean, word of mouth has carried that and repeat viewings and just
that is an anomaly, though. I mean, it is word of mouth, but that is like we've never seen that in years.
No,
kind of word of mouth.
Yeah,
so
it's good.
Usually, people something that big, and it makes this much money, they go see it opening weekend, and then it dies off after a while. And I think Curry's next film, I think Anything But Ghosts is going to have a big opening weekend.
It'll have a big opening weekend, and then, and if it's good, who knows? Maybe there'll be some repeat viewing. But it is going to be a very different film than what Obsession is.
And it's funnier, it's goofier. But I welcome that. I'm much more a horror comedy guy anyway, usually.
As am I. Yeah.
Well, we have our off-the-shelf picks here.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And I picked this week.
Yes.
House of Games, 1987 by David Mamet.
Now, was this your first Mamet film, or have you seen some other stuff?
I've seen films that he's written. I've seen films he's directed.
Okay.
I've not seen everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, you go through his films, and I have seen The Untouchables, which he wrote.
Yeah.
I've seen House of Games. They came out the same year.
Yep.
I have seen Glengarry Glen Ross, of course.
Yep.
I've seen Spanish Prisoner, which he directed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen Wag the Dog.
It's really good. I've
seen State and Maine.
That's a great movie.
Which he directed.
Yeah. Okay, so you've had some experience with Mamet.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So yes, I've seen some of his stuff, and I've enjoyed a lot of what I've seen. This would come in probably towards the bottom of what I've seen.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
I still enjoyed watching it.
I did too. I mean, I think that a lot of times with Mamet, it has to do with who he has cast to deliver the fast-paced lines that he has put in his script. The two leads in this, which you never want to hear this, the two leads in this, I don't think are the best part of the movie. I liked J.T. Walsh's character a lot. He was the cop, the undercover cop. I like because he just had what I would consider like that Mamet vibe about him. Whereas I didn't feel that from Joe Mantegna and Lindsay Krause. I just this is early Mamet, so I mean this isn't necessarily when I would call what I would call like prime time Mamet. He's not firing on all cylinders just yet, but it is a good little cat and mouse type of movie. I mean, I liked the script for what it was. I just felt like Mantegna and Krause just weren't my favorite roles in the film.
I liked the script for what it was, but so the story starts out, it's about a psychologist who has a client who's in major debt. He says he's in $25,000 worth of debt to this, basically confidence man, the shark playing poker with him. And so she goes in to kind of talk for her client and try to get the debt forgiven for the client because the client's kind of going through a mental breakdown. She gets there. The guy shows her the amount owed. It's only really $800, which is, I mean, it's a lot more money in '87, but it's not a huge amount of money like he was talking about originally.
Right. Yeah.
And she kind of falls into the confidence man world and becomes fascinated with the world, and decides she wants to. She's a writer. She's written psychology books while being a psychiatrist, or she's in that field. Psychiatrist. Sorry. But she wants to write a book on the confidence man and following a confidence man and seeing what he does. And it goes from there. And I really I think that there are two clever twists in this. To me, there's the poker game, and then there is the one that she forces her way into the briefcase con.
Yes. Yeah.
So those are the two clever twists to me. And they both work on similar principles. I didn't see the poker game coming until we were getting towards the end, and I was like, oh, okay. Like they're conning her.
Right.
But on the briefcase one, I figured out pretty quick. I was like, she's getting conned. As soon as she gives him the $80,000, I was like, oh, they're conning her.
Yeah, totally.
She's getting conned. I'm questioning whether or not that guy's really dead. Not to get too hard into spoilers, but
right.
I'm questioning a lot of things. And then you get to the ending, and I think I know I don't like to judge movies for what they're not necessarily.
Yeah.
But I think the ending is just not clever.
No.
I think there could have been a very clever version of the ending. But instead it's just kind of brutal.
Yeah, it's abrupt. Like, whereas the rest of the movie really wasn't that way.
No, and there were the rest of the movie's clever setups, clever payoffs, and then it's just like, okay, I'm getting my revenge, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, not really a great person, but we knew that.
Well, yeah, I mean, she was hard to root for, especially by the end of the film, and you just see like her issues. Like she has some mental health issues that sort of are shown throughout the movie, but then especially at the end. I mean, they just sort of shine a light on it, and it does make it difficult. And Mamet likes to play in the gray area like that. He doesn't really like the whole concept of here's a hero. He wants the audience to decide for themselves, which character they feel like is doing the best, but maybe they're not on the up and up all the time, which is what, like, Lindsay Krause's character ended up not necessarily being, like you said, a great person in the end. I mean, especially since she is technically, I don't care if we're spoiling a movie from 1987. I mean, she ends up being the only one necessarily that's a cold-blooded murderer. I mean, yes, everybody else was sort of.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead. No, I was going to let you go.
I was just going to say the confidence man is totally right about her. I mean, he's a confidence man, so he knows how to read people. But he's 100% right about her at the end.
Yeah. Which, I mean, she doesn't have the ability or to make a wise decision at the end. Like, why not just turn the guy in? Why does she feel like she has to murder him like that?
Yeah, well, that's, to me, the clever thing would be to put him through the game where he gets caught.
Exactly.
By the cops.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, that, and maybe I'm too simplistic with that. Maybe that's too mainstream.
Well, I mean,
studio thinking, but
right. And there is the thought to, we've got to wrap this up type thing as far as the story's concerned. I mean, because it's only an hour and 42 minutes long. And so, and most of Mamet's movies are on the shorter side. Like, there's not many of them, if any, that are over 2 hours. Like, he likes to tell a very quick, concise story. It's just the way that he writes. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Tony Gilroy, just his writing style.
I could see that, yeah.
It's just sort of like that New York playwright type thing, because Gilroy's from the East Coast as well, I believe. And they just have that, just like that snappy, quick dialogue. Intricate, but still like sort of snappy.
And I'm not putting them on the same level, but Safdies have a very similar style,
right?
As well, with their dialogue.
Yeah, exactly.
Uncut Gems to me, I felt like I was watching a Mamet film with the dialogue specifically, where it was just a lot of talking over each other, a lot of snappy, quick-witted dialogue.
Yeah. So and that takes a really skilled actor to deliver that in a way where it doesn't seem like it's a bit over the top, because a lot of the dialogue is highbrow. It's not like going for the lowest common denominator, which I appreciate, and I like his screenplays a lot. But that's what I just was put out of it a bit with Montaigne. I just didn't feel like, I would have loved to have seen like a Malkovich or somebody like that in that role that just has this ability to deliver that type of dialogue in a way where you believe that he's, the character. Montaigne, and even Lindsay Krause, I just thought she was sort of boring in all honesty. I don't know. I like it, but JT Walsh was great. Ricky Jay, even though Ricky Jay doesn't have too much to do, but he still had some interesting parts. I love some of the through the doorway shots that Mamet does in this. It's just like where you see Ricky Jay sitting at the poker table, just like sort of looks like this shady looking guy. I love the shot where he sort of flips the camera around. You see Lindsay Krause and the bartender, and sort of the split in between the bar. You see him both from a wide shot there. There was some cool stuff that Mamet was doing, which, in my opinion, he's never really been known as like the director guy. He's just been more known as like a good screenwriter, and he's a great playwright too. I really enjoy most all of his movies, but like you said at the beginning, this one's sort of like lower on the totem pole for me.
The crazy thing is, after each twist, I was like, man, I'm really loving this. But then by the end, I just wasn't satisfied by the ending.
I wasn't either. No, I totally wasn't, because there was an opportunity there for him to allow the Lindsay Krause character to learn from some of the stuff that she has seen.
Yeah.
And put it into action, but instead she takes the violent road.
And that's the thing, is like, I do appreciate and like some movies that go down that route. It's just, I don't know why it didn't work for me in this one, but it didn't. And maybe it's the actress.
Well, that is part of it, but also that's in the script. I mean, that's so it was a character choice for whatever reason that Mamet thought that she would make that choice versus all the stuff that I've learned from Joe Montaigne. I'm not going to put it into action.
You know what? And to be maybe slightly critical of the writing, maybe it's just not set up well enough.
Maybe.
I don't think there's enough setup of her being this kind of crazy person at the beginning of the film.
No, there's like maybe one moment, but you're right. I mean, there's not much of a setup of that.
And so when you get to, her being conned is fine.
Yeah.
And her wanting revenge of being conned is fine, but becoming a cold-blooded murderer, and the setup is sort of there that she thought she did it, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to believe that she has basically at her wit's end type thing.
Yeah.
And so she sees no other way out. And she's also letting emotion get in the way of perhaps maybe in a normal situation what her analytical psychologist mind would do, which is maybe try a different route than. So she was just angry about the whole thing. Yeah. And he certainly was shocked when he got shot.
But then he
didn't believe it, and he kept egging her on too. I mean, it was
an interesting ending.
It was. It just felt out of place. Like from the journey that we had taken with all these characters, that ending did kind of feel out of place a bit. But it is what it is.
But I still enjoy it. Like, there's a lot to like in there.
There was a lot to like.
I'm stuck between a 6 and a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I
gave
it
a 6.5 out of 10 is.
I mean, I can't put 3. I guess I don't know.
I can't put 6.5 on Letterboxd, but I may put like a 3-star with a heart or something next to it.
Okay, yeah. What's with the heart thing that they've started to do now?
Well, the heart thing's been on there.
It has.
Yeah.
I guess I just never noticed it, and then I saw like a couple people that I've followed that are on the more famous side. Have started using that heart, and I'm like, what is that supposed to mean?
I'm now personally using it to mean a 0.5 star. But what it really is, it's just supposed to be your favorite movies.
Huh.
It's like, not Facebook. YouTube used to have the rating system, I think, where you would like favorite something,
Oh yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and at the same time they had like a 5-star system too.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's kind of supposed to be like that,
It just feels more prevalent on Letterboxd all of a sudden than it was like a couple years ago when I first got on the platform. The whole heart thing is confusing to me because I don't understand like rating the film and then hearting it. Also, it messes with my head. I don't understand it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I usually communicate through my rating how much I like it, but sometimes I like, and I don't need them to edit the site, but sometimes I am like, it's between a 6 or a 7, it's between a 7 or an 8,
Right.
and so that's how I'm kind of solving that right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely lower for me as far as Mamet's concerned. I mean, State and Main's probably my favorite of his.
Interesting. I liked that one. I don't remember if I loved it.
I just think it's just well, it's also like more on a comedic bent as well. It's not.
It is, yeah.
It's not.
It's funny.
It's not like what we're dealing with here. And
no,
then
this is serious.
There's another really good one, kind of almost like the last film that he did before he was kind of blacklisted in Hollywood a bit, was Red Belt, I think it's called, with Chiwetel Ejiofor as an MMA fighter. It is like surprisingly good. I really enjoy the heck out of that movie. I'm looking at, and then of course Spartan. On the old podcast, I talked about Spartan as often as I could. I think Spartan is just such a great movie.
I've never seen it.
It is one that I think everybody needs to see. Spartan and Heist. That 1-2 punch of Heist in 2001 and Spartan in 2004 is some really good stuff. And then Red Belt is 2008, and then he kind of he's kind of blacklisted and hasn't done anything of interest really since then, which is unfortunate because he was really talented and got wrapped up into, I think, politics a bit too much, and they basically blacklisted him. So if he does a movie, it's on his own dime or financing from places that is not traditional Hollywood. Like that most recent one that he did, Henry Johnson, which the only way you could watch that was off of a website. It was like henryjohnson.com or something, and you had to rent it on the website. And it was one of those things like, do I really want to put my credit card information on this random website just to watch this movie? Now, that was when it first came out. It might be available more. It's probably on Prime now, but when it first came out, it was like you had to go on this website, and it's Shia LaBeouf, who poor Shia. I just don't. I don't know. But Shia and David Mamet is an interesting combination to me. So I may eventually watch Henry Johnson. I just haven't ever gotten around to it.
Yeah. It did premiere on a website. That's interesting.
It's so strange. It's because it was, I don't think it was necessarily self-financed, but it was like not in the Hollywood system.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I didn't even realize he did one last year. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to continue with my Criterion Laserdisc collection here, and we're going to do one that I'm not sure if it's a documentary or not, in all honesty, but it's Orson Welles' F for Fake. I have so you've got the Blu-ray of that on Criterion.
Yeah.
This is the old school. Let's see. The only special feature that the Laserdisc has on it is the never released promotional trailer. That is literally the only special feature. Which look, Laserdisc, it takes up a lot of space. I mean, it just doesn't have the room for all the crazy stuff. I'm sure the Blu-ray has a ton more stuff on it.
Yes.
This, according to the Laserdisc, F for Fake is presented in the original theatrical aspect ratio of 1:661.
Yep, same here.
This new digital transfer was created from a 35 millimeter intermediate negative. Okay. The sound was mastered from the original 35 millimeter magnetic soundtrack master.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, interesting. So yeah, 85 minutes.
Okay. Interesting.
What's the length on yours?
88.
Huh.
I don't know what the difference is there.
I have no idea either. I might have to look that up and see
Yeah.
what's going on with that.
Maybe it's just a rounding error or something, but yeah.
Who knows?
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. This is cool. I mean, I'm excited about this. Obviously, I mean, everybody knows who Orson Welles is. And this is one of those movies that I just never got around to just because I had no idea what it was.
I will have things to explain that maybe you don't know.
I'm excited
about real life that's happening while you're watching this.
Okay.
There
cool.
are things that happen that you may not fully understand until we talk next week.
No, and that's great. I mean, I think that that's going to be a cool conversation because it's an interesting sounding movie. From
it is a documentary,
or is it?
It is a documentary.
I know.
But it's a documentary about deception. So
it's fitting that we are watching that after House of Games.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a little more deception for us. So I'm excited about it, and there's not really a good segue into Toy Story 5 from F for Fake.
What I was going to say before we do that is that F for Fake, I believe, is streaming for the audience at home on
I'm sorry.
Criterion Channel and HBO Max.
Okay, good. So it's at least if you've got HBO Max, or I'm sure it's available to rent as well. But
yeah, it is.
I do like the fact that it's at least available on HBO Max because more people, especially because Sunday is season 3 of House of Dragon, I think more people, this will be the people that re-sign up for HBO Max. So maybe some of our listeners were waiting for that season to come out. So
I actually recently tried to cancel, and then they offered me half price for HBO Max for like 6 months, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to stick around.
you gotta accept that offer. You can't. Yeah.
So
HBO
got a sweet
Max
deal.
Has good programming. I mean,
absolutely. I've just been trying to cut back on stuff, but
I know, I get it. I mean, I've got all the streaming services basically, and some of them I'm angry that I have to have. Like, I wish I didn't have to have Peacock, but then I wouldn't be able to watch every single second of WWE content if I don't have Peacock. And occasionally,
I'm glad I don't have that problem.
There's soccer stuff that I watch during when EPL is on, but
it's Premier League,
English Premier League. Yeah, it's a sickness. I don't like having every single. I still don't have MGM Plus, and I will never have MGM Plus because I think that is like chicanery from Amazon Prime's.
Yeah, why would I want to pay when a month later it's going to be on Prime?
Yeah, it's like the whole deal that they were trying to get people to sign up for MGM Plus recently was you could watch Spider Noir 2 days early or whatever. And I'm like, really?
I think Project Hail Mary or one of their films is going there first.
Yes.
For like a month or something. And I'm
dumb.
like, okay.
It's just silly. It's just I don't understand.
Amazon's got a gigantic platform in Prime that if they can make a lot of money doing a lot of different stuff that way. I don't get MGM Plus.
And I understand that it was like it used to be Epix, I think, was what it was called before it switched to MGM Plus. And then when they bought MGM, they just never got rid of it, and it just doesn't make any. And they did have some original programming on there, but it's all stuff that they could just put on Prime. I mean, I don't. It's frustrating. Like the whole. I hope that there is eventually more consolidation when it comes to all this streaming service because it's just getting dumb that there's so many of them.
Well, speaking of consolidation,
yes,
Pixar was consolidated by Disney.
There you go.
Let's get into Toy Story 5.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, but
yeah.
My thoughts on Toy Story 5. I think brief thoughts. I think that this is a movie with a really good message. But I do think structurally it is messier than the other Toy Story films that have come before it. I really like the message. I really like moments in the story itself. But I think that it's a little busier than it should be in some areas. There are 3 plot lines, and really, I think you could narrow it down to 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I loved the B plot lines though. Like I loved them.
There's some really good stuff in them.
The shipping container thing, and I don't necessarily want to spoil anything. I was so like, my mind was blown by all of that because it expands that universe in a way that I had never thought about. I'm like, oh yeah, these are toys. This type of thing could happen. And it's very interesting. And I thought that they just, some of that stuff was so funny to me. And they brought it together to the A storyline anyways.
There's some really heartwarming stuff in that storyline. That specific storyline is the one I think you could chop majorly and restructure a couple of things and be fine. Because I do, it's cute, it's funny. It should almost just be a short on its own, doing its own thing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because it does, I think, distract from the story a little bit. There were really good moments. The tent scene is a really good moment.
I loved that. That was just great. Just the little thumbs up.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to necessarily say the characters that are involved, but just
you can see them in the trailer, but we don't, if you want to not talk about it, that's fine.
Because I think that there's still people that don't go to things on opening weekend. I don't understand those people, but they are out there. But they just like to wait till things calm down a bit where it's not as busy at the theaters, and I get that. And so there'll be people that'll see it.
Yeah, the basic non-spoilery plot line is that tech has invaded the world, which is a real phenomenon, and that kids are not really playing with toys as much anymore. And we are following this child who is still playing with toys, but she's having a tough time making friends because every other kid around her has got tech, and that's what they enjoy playing.
Well, that's Bonnie. I mean, we can say that as Bonnie. She's been around.
Yeah, it's Bonnie.
I mean,
yeah. And so she's just having a tough time connecting with other kids. And so we go from there. She gets an iPad, basically a lily pad, and chaos kind of starts to ensue in the house.
Yeah. I thought that just the story beats, though, in the main storyline were really heartfelt. It's really hard to talk about without spoiling it totally, but just the realizations that a couple of the characters have after maybe being a certain way before at the beginning of the movie, and then as the story progresses, just their learning and realizations that they have about their part in Bonnie's life. Just it just worked really well for me for some. I surprisingly liked this movie way more than I thought I would. I gave it 5 stars. Maybe that was just out of the theater reaction, and maybe it's a 4.5.
I don't want to rain on your parade. There are plenty of people that love this movie.
I'm not really enjoyed rain on my parade. No, I'm just kidding.
I really enjoyed this movie. I don't want to I recommend parents to take their kids to go see this. I think it's got a good message at the end of the day, and I think it's very much a really good movie. But I just, when you compare it to other Toy Story films, and even 4, which I don't love the message necessarily all that much, but I do think it's a really well done film.
It is. Who directed 4? Was that?
I'm struggling to remember who directed Toy Story 4.
Was that Pete Docter? Did he do that one?
I don't remember.
Because it wouldn't have been Lasseter, because Lasseter had already left the company.
No, it was Josh Cooley.
Yeah, see, I don't know who that is at all.
Well, I think that's part of the problem.
That's interesting. And so they brought a pretty big director back for this one. In
Cooley did Transformers 1,
which was okay.
He did 4, and then the only other thing he did was helped write Inside Out. Other stuff is kind of just being an artist.
So he's probably still around Pixar, but with the way maybe they just didn't dig what he did with 4. But bringing Andrew Stanton back into the fold, really, I mean, because it had been a minute since he had done a Pixar film, I think was the right move. Bring one of your big, because I would consider him like up there with like a Lasseter, Stanton, Brad Bird, and Pete Docter. Like those 4 guys are like the biggest that they've worked with before.
Yeah, the big Pixar. 4 of Pixar.
The big 4 basically. And I just thought that even though I can maybe see your point of view as far as some of the storylines taking away from, like the B storylines taking away from the A storyline, I think they do all come together nicely.
They do. It's worked out in the script well. I mean, there's a reason for everything. It makes sense. I just think you could trim some of the fat, you know?
Right.
That's my thing, and I don't, and I think that's kind of what drags it down, because I felt like some of it was fat, and I like some of it was just a little excess in terms of how the
Yeah.
movie should be paced and how it's flowing, and that was just my feeling. I don't know. I'd love to hear a kid talk about it, because maybe the kid thinks it's really well paced. I just thought it was a little bloated here or there.
Yeah, and that's fair. I mean, it was only an hour and 42 minutes long.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
not a super long movie.
well, and I think that's also the problem. You don't want to make it too short.
Make it an hour
Where
20. I'd love it.
but then you're in like the Minions realm where you're in there and you're just like staring up at the screen, and you're just sort of like
the Minions
brain candy.
George Lucas's endorsement now.
Well, I am sort of excited about that, actually. I'm going to a Monday screening, like Monday the 26th screening of that, or whatever that Monday is. In the last week, I'm going to an early screening of that, just because, look, I like the Minions. I don't care. I think they're great. I think my favorite character, like new character inclusion, was Conan O'Brien.
Yes, he's awesome.
Smarty Pants was freaking awesome. That character was so well written. All the great one-liners, the dream sequence, which the dream sequence is like the play sequence.
Yeah.
And they changed and I did like that. That's one thing to mention. That was new for a Toy Story film, wasn't it? Like, they don't do that type of.
Yeah, I don't remember that. It feels like a Bonnie thing. Yeah. New thing.
I don't recall them doing that in 4.
No, but
where it's a different animation style.
Here's the problem with 4: we don't get a ton of Bonnie playtime.
No, we don't
in 4
at all,
because we're focused on Woody and Bo Peep outside
They're out
of the
in
house.
Adventure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's another thing with this one. There is a lot more Bonnie, so don't get me wrong there. But if I have another slight critique, it's that, and some of this can't be avoided in some ways, but it's that it's really mainly focused on Jesse, Woody, and Buzz. And then everybody else is kind of just secondary, super secondary. And I get that, like, the franchise is mainly focused on Woody and Buzz.
Right.
There used to be Mr. Potato Head that would have kind of a part, and
I know, but
and I know that Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head are not around anymore.
The actors, you're right, yeah.
And that Pixar probably doesn't want much to do with John Ratzenberger right now.
Probably not, yeah. Which is sad, because he's been.
But I am glad that Tim Allen is still getting.
Right, he's still getting the work. There was a couple of voice changers.
A lot of work in this one.
Mr. Prickly Pants, which is the hedgehog, no longer Timothy Dalton, just a different voice actor. I didn't look up if any others had changed. That was the main one. I think the main one that I saw.
One of our other toys also got a new voice.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, you didn't get a lot of Buster as Forky. He's just he's barely in it.
Which was fine with me. That's not my favorite new character. I'm not a huge Forky guy.
No, I'm not necessarily either. He was cute in 4.
I guess so. His wife in this, the knife, was just made to be the fool, the whole time.
Yeah, just a totally dumb character.
Dumb. It's like, this is just a dumb butter knife or a plastic knife or whatever. I'm just like, well, it's very strange. But I mean, brilliant inclusion. I will say, as far as the original voice cast, Joan Cusack's voice changed a lot.
Yeah,
you could
tell she's getting older.
Oh man, compared to Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, very much. I just wonder if perhaps
Tim. Sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Tom Hanks and Tim Allen sound on the top of their game.
Pretty much, yeah. They hadn't lost a beat. Whereas Joan, and maybe and I don't know, I didn't look it up. Maybe she had been sick or something, but she sounded very different.
Well, and also it's so focused on her, so that doesn't help.
Right, she's got a lot.
It really stands out.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Greta Lee as Lily Pad was good. I think she's okay in this. Yeah, she's just one of those actresses that I don't know about her, but
they have to kind of straddle a line here. But the lesson at the end of the day is not that tech is evil.
Right.
Um,
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
it's kind of how tech is used.
Exactly.
That's
And
not
that's
spoiling
what I mean,
anything
like where
necessarily.
there's growth in the characters as the
Yeah.
story
Yep.
unfolds,
Yeah.
which I
And
really
that
enjoyed.
and part of that is meeting Smarty Pants and the others. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. The others, I loved all the others are great. I mean all the stuff at Blaze's house was I think some really good stuff. I liked all of that.
Well, and I was very surprised, and I did get a little emotional when she found Emily's daughter's
Yeah.
stuff.
The
Yeah.
under the tree scene. Yeah,
Yeah. I
that
almost wanted
was
her to
gosh,
reconnect
that was good.
with her old owner. And
Well, that's
apparently
what
that was
I was excited because I thought that's what was going to happen. Like she was
yeah.
going back out to the property, and I'm like, oh, she's going to get to see Emily again. But no,
Yeah.
not really. But sorry, that's
But
a bit of a
apparently that
spoiler.
was a part of the original script.
Oh, okay,
Was that she would meet the granddaughter, Emily and her granddaughter.
okay. Well, I would have liked that connective tissue, but I think that this worked fine too. I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
where
I
they
think you got
ended up.
enough going on there where
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
need to add that.
That's like it was a good way to close that loop as far as that particular story of what Jesse's background was. I think that this was a good way to finish that. I loved the cut scene or the after credit scene. I thought, or it was mid credit, I guess.
The mid, yeah. I did not stick. I read what the after was. I didn't stick around for it.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's not. There's nothing. But that mid credit scene, definitely
I
stick
did
around
watch that.
for.
Yeah,
because that is one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
it's awesome.
And it's almost like just a toss away scene, but I still loved it. I mean, I thought it was great. It's just perfect.
And it brings it, and it happens in the movie too, but it brings it back to its more Star Wars roots as well. Where whereas if you take Lightyear as canon, there's a specific you know,
well, look,
there's
they
a
want us
specific
to.
story for Zurg.
Yeah,
and
they want us
originally it was that he was his father.
Right.
They change up canon, but then they bring it back in this one. So.
Yes, exactly. They basically got rid of what Lightyear undid, which is fine by me.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like the fact that that movie was even made. I don't even know that was such a weird time for Pixar. I just don't understand why they made Lightyear. It doesn't make any sense.
It's an interesting idea to make the movie that was kind of like the Star Wars of that universe, essentially.
That's true.
But then to make it so bleh is kind of embarrassing.
It was just so strange. So,
yeah.
And I don't know what this necessarily means for the Toy Story franchise. I don't know if they're going to keep going, but it's going to be very difficult for them to not keep going with as much money as this is going to make. It's tracking to maybe be the best of the 5, basically. I mean, as far as box office is concerned.
Yeah,
we'll have to
see.
Interesting
to watch the legs. Yeah,
we'll have to see the legs exactly. I think that Supergirl obviously will take a little bit away from it. The Odyssey will.
So, the Odyssey's a month later though, so
that's true.
You know,
maybe it'll be okay.
Hopefully, it'll be okay.
But Supergirl's the very next big film because that's next week, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, which I'm seeing.
I would, if I'm DCI, I would fear Supergirl's. Why is it placed in between a big family film in Toy Story 5 and a big family film in Minions and Monsters?
Doesn't make sense.
It's just a really bad move.
It is, and hopefully it's not going to suffer too much for it. I mean, I think really early prognosticators are saying that if it's lucky, it'll get to 300 worldwide after it's run. I don't know. Yeah, it has to be good. See. It has to be good. If it's not good, then it's not going to get there. Which is what happened with Mando and Grogu. I mean, it has to be a good movie.
Yeah,
there's something to be said for that. You can't just give us IP all the time and not make them good movies.
Yeah, it's based on a comic book that a lot of people in a certain space kind of really like. But I don't know. I
don't think the movie's going to be anything like that comic book, though. I think there'll be story elements, but I don't know if they'll go all the way with it.
I've heard that it's decently faithful.
Wouldn't it have to be like rated R if it was decently faithful?
Well, I mean, no, you don't have to. See, that's the thing. Deadpool comics, for the most part, aren't rated R.
That's true.
But, I mean, they make the movie. They just decide to unbleep his dialogue and show more violence. But,
we'll see. I mean,
yeah, we'll see. It's supposed to be a pretty emotional story. I know that it's kind of about crypto struggling. Really, a lot of it is. So,
well, for me with Toy Story, I would rank this probably my third favorite of them. It goes 1, 3, 5, 2, 4 for me.
I'd love to rank them. I have not watched those movies in so long.
It has been a long time for me. Like I haven't.
I
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think I've seen 1, 2, or 3 post 2010.
Yeah, that's me too. That's me too.
Because I when 3 came out, I think they did like a 3D back-to-back-to-back screening.
Yeah,
and I can't.
I
remember
take that back. I did go see Toy Story when they re-released it for its anniversary, and that was just. I want to say that was just last year, or maybe 2
I did
years
not
ago.
see it then.
So I went to the theater and saw that.
It should have been last year though, because it was 95.
Yeah, so it held up. Like it.
I was born in 90. I was born in 97, so like I kind of grew up with Toy Story already existing and Toy Story 2 being a phenomenal film.
That was the really interesting thing that I saw at this theater. It doesn't seem like the Toy Story kids have gone away. There was still tons of like little kids dressed up as Woody. Like they know these characters, just because I don't think it was intentional necessarily, but the way that they spaced out the releases of these films catches all ages. Like everybody grew up with Toy Story basically. I mean, and I was still in high school, maybe barely when the first one came out. I mean,
they're classic films. I mean,
they really
more than some of the look. I know that people my generation like are in love with Shrek and Shrek 2.
Yeah.
But I think Toy Story reaches a wider audience overall
big time
in those films. And
totally.
I think you're going to see that with the performance of Shrek 5 versus Toy Story 5.
Yeah. Yes, I totally agree. Yeah.
That's my opinion. And they're both summer films coming out a year apart. So we'll see.
I think that people would probably be more hesitant to bring their kids to Shrek 5 versus Toy Story 5. They know it's a safe movie they can bring the whole family to. Yeah. And all ages. Like I saw all ages. I mean,
I did too. I saw adults going by themselves, and maybe they were checking it out before they took kids or something. But I saw older people, I saw younger people, saw parents with kids. It was,
and I appreciate the fact that Toy Story does not, and this is just the franchise in general, and 5 even does this as well. They don't shy away from showing kids in difficult moments, and I think even little kids can appreciate that. I mean, because they see just the emotion, especially that Bonnie went through, and even Blaze to some extent. Both those characters kind of went through some different emotions that a lot of movies or a lot of cartoons, animated films would just not like bother showing. And Pixar's always been really good about having that balance of, hey, it's okay if you feel this way in this certain situation, because here's what's on the other side of it. And that's what's really great about Toy Story 5, because it shows that other side of it by the end of the film, which that's not really a spoiler alert. It's going to end on a happy note. It's a freaking animated Toy Story movie. It's not going to end on a sad note necessarily. And so it's interesting to me that
the most depressing film of all.
I know, right? No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to.
You saw that old viral video? I'm assuming. I'm just where the kid showed his family Toy Story 3 one time, and he edited it so the movie ended with them in the incinerator.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, exactly. Yes, that is good stuff. I have seen that.
It'd be like really good. Be stuff. Like that.
Yeah, I like that Woody and Bo Peep and Duke Kaboom go their separate ways. I mean, it's kind of a spoiler, but
I kind of wish Woody would just stick with the gang. I don't really like the splitting up of the.
They have to honor what happened in Toy Story 4 and his mission. They have to honor the mission.
Look, I enjoyed 4 more than some people, but
right.
I just don't care for that. First off, it's her toy. Why would she not be like, "Where's Woody"?
Well, maybe she was never. Bonnie was never really connected to Woody too much. She was more of a Jessie girl.
Sure, but she knows she has a Woody.
She doesn't care apparently. As long as she's got Buzz with Jessie, she's happy. She doesn't need Woody to be around. I mean that's fine. So look, there's going to be another one. There's zero chance that they leave money on the table. Especially if is it going to hit $1 billion? I don't know. A lot of people think it will. A lot of people think it will. If it hits $1 billion, you cannot leave the money on the table and just let the franchise be over with this. Now, what I appreciate about the Toy Story franchise is they don't immediately start making the very next movie. They let years go between.
Yeah. They
And
actually said that this is like the fastest film they've ever produced.
I can
3.5
imagine
years, they said.
it would have had to have been. I mean, it was like, because they announced it, I guess, at D23, like, so there wasn't a D23 last year. I want to say that it was announced at the D23 in 2024.
So, and they said that it took them 3.5 years.
So there you go.
I mean, do the math on that.
It's
and you
close.
Know that it was like mid 22 or late 22. I mean,
yeah,
that they started. So
yeah. So that's good. That's, I mean, and look, it doesn't, like, the animation still looks great. There doesn't look to be any quality issues necessarily with them going 3.5 years. So if they can go 3.5 years, I'd say Toy Story 6 in 5 years. Give it 5 years.
Gato looks interesting too.
You know what was weird is there was not
I like
a Gato.
The Godfather.
There wasn't a Gato preview at my screening.
Or was it mine?
Yeah, all I got was Hexed as far as Disney properties.
I got no Hexed. I got Gato.
Oh, they gave us Hexed and no Gato.
I'd rather have the Gato
one. Yeah, it looks cool. I mean,
I like the Godfather theme playing throughout the trailer too,
and the change up of the animation style. I always appreciate when studios take that risk to do something a little bit different with their animation, and that's what they're doing with that.
No clue what the story is, but I like the look.
It looks cool. It looks very interesting. So, well, I mean, Supergirl is what our focus is going to be next week. I don't know if there's anything else. Look, I didn't get around to seeing Death of Robin Hood, and at this point, the way that I have to see movies, I don't know that I'll just have to wait till it shows up on HBO Max in a couple months, because I don't think I'm going to actually be able to get out to it. The only other thing that I know a ton of people are going to go see is probably the Jackass Best and Last. Never been an interest of mine.
No,
I've never seen any of them. The Invite is limited release this weekend.
Yeah,
so
it's not going to be in my city.
It's not going to be in my city either. I've already checked. So really, like, the biggest thing for us is going to be Supergirl.
At least you have an art house. Well, actually, Glenn County's got one starting soon too. So
there you go. Yeah, you guys are going to have one. So yeah, a lot of times though, that they, even though it is an art house cinema, they still have to kind of follow the release schedule. So like most places, as far as the Invite's concerned, they probably won't get it till July 10th. That's like the wide release date of that movie.
Yeah.
So,
that makes sense.
I wish I could say I was excited about Supergirl, but I'm not. I'm hoping the movie can change my mind though, because I like Craig Gillespie a lot.
Yeah.
I've had to stop paying attention to all the dumb stuff Millie Alcock says on her press tour, because she says a lot of stupid things that is alienating half the audience. Alienating half the audience that actually pays attention to that type of stuff, which a lot of them don't. But she's a dumb little kid. Basically, she's in her 20s still, so she just thinks that she can say whatever she wants to on press junkets, and it's just, you have to learn that you can't do that if you're going to continue to be successful in an industry. You might feel empowered because you think you're saying something that everybody agrees with, but the stuff that she's saying is just ridiculous. And so I won't go into it. If you want to look it up and see, you can, but it's just dumb, because you're going to hurt your box office. And I'm sure James Gunn doesn't love that, even though he might agree with everything she's saying.
I'll be honest. I don't think, maybe it hurts the box office. I just don't think they were going to have a good box office to begin with.
You're right. So
unless the word of mouth is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, of course they've had the drop of the early, online reviews, or not reviews, but just like reactions, and everybody that you think would say they loved it has said that they love it.
I think the fact that they've put Corn Sweat in the advertising tells me that they fear a little bit of the tracking on that.
They should fear the tracking.
I think you leave the Superman surprise in if you're feeling really confident.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because now there's not going to be any surprises.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's not really.
I don't know what else there could be, but I mean, it doesn't appear. I mean, unless there's some like in credit scene with Brainiac or something. But I mean,
I doubt it. Yeah,
I don't know. It's just everything about the way that the marketing for the film has gone, and letting Millie Alcock go out there and say stupid things on her press junkets. It's not wise. It's just dumb. I mean, you would think that these people would learn. Like, they just never do. It's just silliness. It's just silliness, but whatever.
Well, where can people find you online to see your silly opinions?
I say dumb stuff all the time, but mostly on our Discord. I keep it like behind the Discord safety, where only certain people can see the dumb stuff that I say. Mm-hmm. I am also on X, but I really don't do much on there. I'll have some fun every once in a while, but don't do much on there. And I'm on Letterboxd as well. You can find me there, just my name. And I do short reviews that have no consequence whatsoever, but just my quick thoughts on movies.
You can find me at GRyfun3, GRYFUN3 on Twitter. You can find me at GRyfun, GRYFUN on Letterboxd. You can find us at Cinema Debrief on Twitter and Instagram. You can email us at cinemadebrief@gmail.com if you want access to our Discord or want to just send us a message. We've had some nice emails there.
I thought it was cinemadebriefpod@gmail.com.
You're right. It is cinemadebriefpod
so
at gmail.com.
Take that again.
No, I'll leave that in.
Okay. You're the one that set up the email address, not me.
Yeah, no. You're right. It is cinemadebriefpod@gmail.com.
Okay.
You can email us there for access to our Discord or, whatever. You can send us nice letters if you want to. We'll read them out on the end of the show.
That's right.
Or maybe beginning if there's something.
Yeah,
really
like what are your thoughts? Like if you've watched any of our off the shelf picks recently, send us an email. Tell us what your thoughts were about them, or if what were your thoughts about Toy Story 5. We'd love to be able to read your emails on the podcast.
We love the different perspectives and bring those to our Discord as well. We will see you guys next week for F for Fake and Supergirl.